Hi guys, Steph here. Okay, so today we've got something for you. Just a little bit special in my opinion. For you eagle-eyed viewers, you would have seen the pen in my recent pen haul. Here it is. Now you can see it's quite tired, needs a little bit of work doing to it. And there you go, look at that nib. That's what's special. Hey, hey. And here's the pen in question. What we've got for you here is a lovely Swan Leverless, Mabie Todd Company, made in England, in classic black. Let's show you the nice clear barrel imprint, as it says to the top, Swan Leverless. Underneath it's got a patent number. I think to the left there it's got Mabie Todd Company Limited. To the right, made in England. And it's got the lovely Swan logo to the centre, as you can see. And then to the very bottom there, that's the model number. So what we've got is a Swan Leverless 0160. Now it's in lovely condition. As you saw before, it was a little bit tatty, just needed a little bit of TLC. Okay, now this one is a twist filler. You can see to the bottom, as you've just seen, it's got this little knurled knob to the bottom. We'll show you that in a moment. To the cap there, we've got these two thin cap bands to the bottom of the cap, as you can see there. And you'll see before the clip was rather dirty. We've cleaned that. It's come up very nice indeed. So we've got the very recognisable Swan bowl clip with the Swan logo to the very top of the cap there. And then to the top there, we've got this finial, this circle, and to the centre, we've got this lovely gold Swan button. Okay, let's show you a little bit closer. Okay, so this lovely button inset into the finial of the cap there. Very nice indeed. So it's been fully serviced, it's been fully disassembled. Internally, everything has been thoroughly cleaned. Now this one, because of the nib, I've got a customer that likes sort of these particular nibs, which we'll show in a moment. So this one was reserved, it's sold, subject to full restoration, and it's now fully restored and it's ready to go. It's ready to be shipped across the pond, and I'm sure the gentleman is going to be more than happy. Now the size of this pen, from the top of the cap to the bottom of the barrel, 129 millimeters capped. Around the barrel it's approximately 11.5 millimeters in diameter, and the date of it, I'm saying it's around about circa 1940s. It's a time when Swan made numerous similar pens, some slightly bigger, some slightly smaller, lots of different model numbers. I've shown you a number of them myself on my channel, but as we said earlier, this is the 0160. So let's unscrew the cap for you. There we have it. Let's show you the pen in a couple of different angles. Okay, let's give it a twirl, as they say. And don't forget, people, when I say everything internally is cleaned, even the inside of the caps of my pens, they also get thoroughly cleaned. Okay, I've seen lots of pens, and I've actually handled many pens where people have said, oh yes, it's fully restored. Well, a fully restored pen is not just a pen that gets wiped over with a damp cloth. It takes a lot of work, lots of patience to get them right. And again, I've seen many, yes, it's fully restored. Once I take a look in the cap, you can see the cap is full of crud, dried ink, all sorts. But no, all mine, they get thoroughly cleaned everywhere. So let's go up to the section. You can see it's got a thread to the top of the barrel. Just above the thread there, you can see it says Swan. So it's also got Swan on the section. And you can see the section, very typical of the Swan pens. They tend to flare out slightly towards the nib. And then we've got the nib to the top of the cap, sorry, to the top of the pen there. So let's try and show you a little bit of a close-up. There we have it. There's a close-up of the nib, as you can see there. And the sort of the icing on the cake for this particular nib is the, if you like, the ends or the tipping. We've got a lovely broad stub nib. You can see the imprint reads Swan. Then it's got the number 2, 14 carat, Mabie Todd Co Ltd, and then to the very bottom, maybe hidden in the section, made in England. But the icing on the cake, as I say, look at that lovely stub point to the end of the nib. There's a sideways view. There's the feed underneath. You can see the feed also has Swan. And again, look at the tip of that nib there. So to me, that's the most interesting thing about this specific pen. And of course, for this particular customer as well, he likes these lovely stub nibs. So that was a close-up of the nib. As you can see, a very interesting nib. You don't get them like this very often, but it's a lovely, comfortable pen to hold. And as I said earlier, this is actually a twist filler, which means we dip the nib and a little bit of the section in the ink. And what we do, we give it a full turn on the knob to the end there. And that in turn turns a bar inside the barrel, squishes the sack, and then once you turn it back again, the bar returns to the original position, expanding the sack and taking ink into the sack. And incidentally, these pens, what they need is what we term as a necked sack. So it has a neck on it, but the sack itself tends to be a lot bigger. And in these particular cases, the sack has to fill the whole barrel inside. So it's a little bit tricky putting them in. There's a special way to install the sacks on these pens. I think I've shown you before. But because I've actually put a brand new sack in it, I'm not going to fill the pen. I'm going to leave that pleasure to the new owner. But I'm sure you people would like to see how the pen writes. So what we'll do, let's do a dip test. In the meantime, just reach over, get some tissue. So we'll dip it in the ink like so, and let's see how it writes. So what we've got is a Swan. Swan self-filler, made in Made in England, circa the 1940s. Let's just give it another dip. Now these, I'm not actually a writer as such, but there's people that I'm sure when they use these pens, they can make them sing. And I don't mean in the sort of nib itself, I mean they can actually reproduce very nice sort of handwriting. You can see there. Okay, let's do some figure of eights. Okay, I've just run out of ink. But look at that. A lovely stub nib giving a lovely line variation from broad to fine. Very nice. Yeah, you know, somebody that, as I said, who does a lot of writing, you know, who's got some nice handwriting skills, will make this pen very, very nice indeed. So there we have it, the Swan Leverless pen 1060. I hope you've enjoyed looking at the pen as much as I enjoy showing them to you people. Don't forget, leave a comment below. Don't be shy, give the video a thumbs up as well, and don't forget to subscribe as well. But for now, I'm just going to say Slavo Ukraini from me and this gorgeous pen. Bye bye for now.